What's up, everyone? This is This What It Is? And I'm your host, Gunvid. So, was like the second episode of the day. I was like, yo, fuck it, I might as well smoke and do another podcast while I smoke. So yeah, let me light this shit up. So yeah, alright, so this is something I wanted to say real quick. So, in one of my previous episodes, I was like, talking about how I just was with this girl, and she had a butterfly tattoo above her pussy. And I was like, yeah, she got a butterfly tattoo above her kitty. And I was like, I don't like calling it that, you know? Like, just say pussy. Like, why are you saying... And I was like, I got like calling her pussy her kitty from a girl that, like, she said it, and I was like, you know, I might say kitty cat or something on a song, or even kitty, but I'm like, I don't even like calling it that, because, like, she said it, and I was like, I was like, you know, I didn't tell her, but I was like, I don't really like calling it that. But yeah, and I was thinking about it. I was like, yeah, I do like talking about sex, but I'm like, you know, I feel like if I were to do that, I should have like a separate podcast for that, because like I kind of want to have this podcast be about sports and stuff, and like, I don't know, I feel like it's just like, as a man, if you talk about sex, people look at you like, oh, you're immature, like, oh my god, how are you, you know? Like, being so excited about sex is more of like you know, it's more for young people or younger people. I'm turning 31 in a couple months, so like, I'm not that young, so like, whatever. I mean, I'm still young, but like, I just feel like, in general, if you're a guy and you're just talking about sex, people are like, oh, you're a creep or whatever. But, you know, fuck that shit, you know? I talk about what I want to talk about, but at the end of the day, you know, I don't want to get on here and talk about that too much, because I don't, you know, at some point it's just like, I'd rather just fuck and not talk about it. But, you know, I do like speaking about sex in general, because it's like, women are so beautiful, like, just everything about them, not just their body, not just their pussy, not just their kitty, whatever the fuck. It's just their aura, I know it's cliche, but their personality and stuff. Like, I feel like there's so many funny women, like, not just women comedians, but like women. I feel like women in general, like a lot of them have good senses of humor or a good sense of humor, and so yeah, when I'm talking about sex, I'm just like doing it in a way where I want to like. It may not seem like it, but like I'm just like adoring women and their beauty and stuff. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about that and make that clear or whatever. Um, so yeah, the next episodes I want to talk about NFL more and stuff like that, because I feel like now the NFL is in a great place and there's a lot of talent, there's a lot of great players. There's always been, but like now I feel like is a good time for the NFL as far as just great football being played and stuff, especially with players like Shedeur and Travis Hunter and Cam Ward and them great new players. I'm really excited for next season, and I was looking at they had some, whatever it's called, they had Shedeur and Travis Hunter doing a workout. You know, I was looking at Shedeur throw passes and shit, and like I haven't seen too many of his games. Like I haven't watched too many of his games or highlights, but I have watched a few of them, and I'm like, I was thinking about if he's ready for the NFL, and I think he's ready for the NFL, but I don't know if it's a good idea to start him right now. I think it would be best for his career for him to, be the second quarterback right now and maybe play a few games this year, because from watching him play, I think like the announcers, they were talking about it too. Like sometimes he tends to drift out of the pocket when he doesn't need to, and that might be dangerous sometimes because he could get sacked doing that. Like when you get out the pocket, I feel like you raise your chances of getting tackled. So yeah, what's it called? I think there's a couple things he could work on, but I was looking at Shedeur in the open workout or whatever you want to call it, and some of his games, and I was thinking about it. Like when I look at a prospect, someone that's going to be drafted or whatever, I look at them and I'm like, okay, does this person have a chance of becoming a champion, whether it's basketball, football, or whatever? And because look, first off, right? Whatever, if it's NFL, NBA, or MLB, whatever it is, not many people make it to the pros. Like out of the people that try to make it to a pro team, or even just making it to the college team, there's only a certain amount of players that are going to make it to the draft. And then out of the players that get drafted, like say in 1 year, I didn't look it up, but like I'm estimating only probably like 7% of them ever end up winning a championship in their career. And that's being generous. Like realistically, it's probably like 5% of the players that get drafted probably, probably 5% of them end up winning championships. So I was looking at Shedeur and I was like, does he have the potential to be a champion? And I was thinking, like, is he going to become a champion? And I think he will, because he has a temperament of a champion. He has the mindset of a champion. He's not fucking around. Like, he's not... Like, his mindset, I'm sure, right now, is that he's going to get into the NFL and win a championship right away. And then repeat. And just... Like, there's no... With someone like Shedeur that I respect, there's no second place in his mind. There's only winning. And that's what you need to become one of the greatest ever. So, I think he's going to have a great career. And I'm a fan of his. I'm rooting for him. I hope he wins. And, you know, so yeah, I'm predicting that he's going to Tennessee. I think he's going to be on the Titans, even though some people don't want that. But I think it's going to end up being good for him because, you know, I think he still needs to develop his skills. And if you're going to be the starting quarterback from the beginning, I think you're going to have as much time to develop your skills and get used to the pace of the league. Because the NFL and college football, it's so different. Like, the NFL, I've heard players talking, it's like, it's a way faster pace, pause. So, I think he's gonna need some time. I think it'll be best for him to go to Tennessee and, you know, maybe mid-season get some starts, you know? I think that's best case scenario for him. Go to Tennessee, play at least 2 years in Tennessee, right? Be the second quarterback until the middle of the season and then start. And then after 2 years, go somewhere like, you know, the Lions. Somewhere that have, not the Lions, the Rams. Maybe LA will be good for him. Somewhere that has won before. Or even the 49ers or something like that. I could see him doing great, actually, on the 49ers. I think their style of play, they need a quarterback. I mean, they have a good quarterback, but I think Shedeur on the 49ers would be great. And rest in peace to OJ. I think he'd be looking down from heaven watching Shedeur win a championship in San Fran. So that's, you know, that's my view. That's my take. And actually, I think there is actually a good chance of that happening. Like, realistically. So, yeah, there you go. If you appreciated this episode, hit that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. This is This What It Is? And I'm your host, Gunvid. Peace.